Well, hello there to my Cancers. This is Queen Amara coming to you with your general reading. All right. Happy holidays to everybody. Hopefully, wherever you are in good spirits, or at least spreading good cheer wherever you are. So, to people who may not be feeling it, hopefully you are spreading good cheer, right? Sending out good energy to everybody. Sending you all lots of love and light. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, Cancers. Let's go. All right, your reading is going to be around emotional alchemy, right? Your heart temple, right? Your reading is going to be asking to be, you're being called to heal, renew, and rise, not from logic but from love. Your empathy is not your weakness, it's a divine compass, right? And so we're going to start out with the Chariot card. This is the present energy here. You're moving forward guided by your heart's wisdom. Okay, emotional mastery leads your momentum here. And so I created some affirmations for your readings, right? So for those of you all who want to be encouraged, I move with purpose, guided by love and inner peace. This is you here, right? I know the cards are old, but anyway, y'all get the point. I'm not buying any new ones. That's what it is, right? So you get the point. It's a Chariot card, right? So the recent past for you is the Ten of Cups. Joyful energies and soul family support have surrounded you. Gratitude expands your heart. An affirmation for you here would be, I am surrounded by harmony, love, and divine connections here. Remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. So wherever you are is your new family. That's where you are. That's where you are. Wherever you are, that's your family. You're and so see how this person right here, and this is what's balancing you out, right? This is where you're speaking to people, you're making eye contact, you know, you're going along with the flow where you are, right? So that could mean that people dress a certain kind of way, they could talk a certain kind of way, they could just be a certain kind of way. You're kind of blending in, you're learning, you're growing, you are just getting balanced out where you are. You feel complete. That number 7 is the number for completion here, right? So there could be some people from your past who could be asking why. Why do you feel the way that you do? Why did you move tables, right? Here's the Ten of Cups here. Why did you end one group and go to another group, right? They could feel like, people from your past could feel like you're on a high horse, right? Like, who do you think you are? We balanced you out. And now you're on some high horse galloping away. Giddy up. That's not the case, right? But you feel complete. You feel whole and complete. So some of you all are getting married. Some of you all are not getting married. Some of you all are complete. You're whole and complete and balanced out as you are. It would be equivalent to you getting married and someone saying, oh, we used to hang out a lot, but now that you got married, you changed. Well, you didn't get married to stay the same. You didn't put all that energy and work in just to stay the same. You had to do some, you had to make some changes for you to settle down, get with your person, right? Y'all had to spend some time together. You had to grow, whatever, you know. So something you put some work in, so people are asking why aren't you going out with us anymore? How are you hanging out with us? So here's your conscious mind here, High Priestess energy. You are attuned to the whispers of the unseen. Psychic downloads come easily this week. So an affirmation for you is, I trust my intuition. It is the voice of my soul. It is the voice of my soul. See this dark side and light side here? You're getting off the fence and you're enlightened, right? You are enlightened. This person's eyes look like they're closed, but you're at peace. The number 2 symbolizes peace. You're at peace with wherever you are in your journey. I see your wishes being fulfilled here. 7 and 2 is 9. You have a feeling somebody has always wanted to be married. Somebody has always wanted to settle down, you know, with your person. And I'm happy for you, whoever you are. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Right? I'm sending you lots of love and light for anybody who finds their person, you know, who finds their person to go through life with, right? That can be a lot of fun, to find your person where you all, you know, go through life, right? If something has been overwhelming for you, from the past. Something has been really, really overwhelming for you from the past, to find out that certain people were a part of secret, part of secrets that you weren't even aware of, right? That's just overwhelming for you, for some of you all. Like, wow, you had no idea that certain people were a part of certain things you didn't even know. 3 energies in particular was just like, wow, whoa, okay. So, and all 3 of these energies thought you were on some kind of high horse. You're like, well, what? You kidding, right? But you had to go into your 10th house. You had to answer the call on your life. You had to answer the call in your life and start believing in your dreams, your downloads that you were getting, to make something make sense. This is why I talk about the polarity here for this, right? So first of all, the polarity to Cancer is the Devil card, right? So you had to first come out of your own fear. That's first of all. You had to come out of your own fear of what people would believe what your temptations were. Whether it was sex or lust or whatever you felt like people would judge you based on, right? You had to come out of that, right? You felt like people were going to judge you based on whatever. I'm seeing a music note right here. So maybe somebody said, okay, this person wasn't the best musician. I know somebody else who can play the guitar better than they can, or piano or whatever. Or maybe somebody judged you based on who you loved, or if you have kids, or whoever somebody judged you on. So you had to switch teams. You're like, okay, I don't want to be a part of the judgmental crew, right? I need to find my crew of people who I can flow with. I can have conversation where I can flow with. So if you have kids, they have kids, right? That's just one part. If they like music, or they're musicians, or in the music world, whatever, then, or like the same genre of music, then hey, then you flow with that. If they're part of a particular community, then you're part of that particular community. Whatever it is, y'all get the point, right? But you had to switch tables. You had to get away from energies who, if they want to be married or want to be single, whatever helps you to feel complete. Y'all get the point. Whatever helps you to feel complete. If they watch tarot and you watch tarot, or you read cards or watch card, whatever, the more and more you're finding the people, your people, you're finding your people you're sitting around the table with. You get the whole point. You know, so as you're flipping over cups and you're having conversations, you're realizing, okay, we have a whole lot in common. We just flow. We flow in certain areas. Okay, so these are my people here. These are my people, right? I don't feel like, okay, people are clutching their pearls and go, oh my God, you watch tarot? Oh, that's demonic, right? Right. So some things for some people are overwhelming, right? And you respect that. You respect that. So you remove yourself from their space if it's overwhelming for them. So you're not gonna stay in spaces where you're overwhelming. 1 and 8 is 9, right? So yeah, if it's overwhelming for them, you're removing yourself from it, right? You're falling back, right? You're falling back, right? You're not telling them to fall back. You're the one that's initiating the change. You're saying, I'm falling back, right? Remember, you're a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs initiate change, just like from summer to fall. You're falling back, right? So you're saying, okay, I'm not going to keep on pushing forward. I'm going to keep on pushing my belief systems on people who feel uncomfortable. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to fall back and relax, right? Yeah, that's how your abundance and your prosperity is going to grow. That's how it's going to grow, because you carry a lot of gifts on your back. This right here, you have a lot of secret wisdom. Watch how your abundance and your prosperity grow. Matter of fact, people are going to want to come to you, almost like flocking to you, right? Want to come to your door, want to know where you live. Do you have a shop where we can come visit you? Can you, do you have a storefront? That's how something is going to come to you in that regard. Like next thing you know, you opening up a store, putting the past behind you. Because of your wisdom, just because of your wisdom and your knowledge, because you are supplying the needs of a particular group of energies that other people did not want to have anything to do with, right? Your gifts are just that strong. Whoever you are, your gifts are just that strong as High Priestess. And you have High Priestess and Empress gifts, right? And tons of psychic gifts. Your psychic gifts are so strong, somebody may have to intentionally straighten up when they walk. You may carry a lot of, somebody may even have a stress belly because, you know, you may find yourself like stress eating. So you may have to watch your diet as well, just because, you know, when you're kind of zoned out getting downloads, you may think, okay, let me reach for a snack or something like that. So you got to watch that as well too. So again, I see somebody being a lot more health conscious and a lot more meticulous. This is going to be the polarity to the moon card. I see somebody doing a lot more, maybe working out, maybe even fasting or detoxing, something that you're doing where you are taking the weight off, like the physical weight off, because you carry a lot of people's energy on you. So I do see somebody maybe exercising more, possibly, right? Releasing. I see a lot more purging is what I'm seeing here, right? A lot of more purging here. This is the Five of Cups here. A lot less crying. That could be a release. Crying could be a release, but maybe sweating is another thing. Your body's sweating, right? So this is here. So the Empress is guiding you. So nurture yourself, creativity and beauty flow when you rest in softness. I honor my divine feminine energy through self-love and creation here. So I see your abundance and prosperity growing in leaps and bounds for somebody. Here we also have the challenge. Here's the Five of Cups. Release the emotional past. Grief is the soil from which new joy will grow. And so your affirmation here is, I release what was and open my heart to what is becoming, right? What is becoming, all right? So here we have the Temperance card, you know, for you is the divine message. Is the universe is blending your energies into perfect balance. Healing arrives through patience. And so the affirmation for you is, I am an alchemist of peace and divine timing. And so the action that you're taking here is the Page of Cups. You're following inspiration. So be open to synchronicity and unexpected blessings here. Affirmation, right? So I approach life with wonder, love, and divine curiosity. And the energy to release would be the Nine of Swords here. Anxiety dissolves when you trust your soul's rhythm. Rest your mind. Spirit has the plan. And so affirmation here for you is, I release fear and surrender to divine protection. I also offer, for those of you all who... I also offer prayers for those of you all who, you know, want like closing out prayers for that too. You can intentionally open that up, you know, to, because it's two sides to that. There are people who want access. So, but this is two sides to that anyway. So here's the outcome. Here is the Star. So the Star of Renewal. So hope, renewal, divine alignment. Your energy rises into luminous peace. And the affirmation here for you all is, I am healed, whole, and radiant in my divine light. Okay? And so the final message for you all, Cancers, is spiritual baptism, a cleansing of your emotional field and an awakening of your intuitive body. Your heart, your third eye, and your crown chakra align, forming a luminous triad of compassion, clarity, and connection. And so Spirit whispers to you, your sensitivity is your superpower, and you are here to feel the divine and bring it into form. And so through love, you rise. Through compassion, you heal. All right? All right. Yep, that is what I have for you all. Let's see if we can get a couple of more here. Solar plexus chakra cleanse. So you all can do it. This is something significant to you all. Archangel Michael is with you, the dispenser of justice. Again, this is healthy work-life balance for you all. So drink more water as a form of self-care. You are an answered prayer to a lot of people, believe it or not. Your enemy's plan backfired. Right? So take a leap of faith. And a lot of it has to do with, excuse me, sacral chakra energy. A lot of people don't understand that that is right there in that womb area. You know, the seed was planted. And so that's variety down there. So some people just associate it with just sex, but it's also down there where there's joy, there's creativity. That's where music is. That's where all these cups are here. Your psychic gifts, all of those things. And so many different gifts. So here we have, it's time to heal your wounded healer or your wounded warrior. So someone has someone that you could have been married to or thought about marrying in the past, or you could have kids with that person, whether you are a bonus parent or somebody has kids or somebody could have kids, whether it's you or your person has kids, whoever they're connected to could have a Python spirit, right? And the scales from your eyes have been opened. And what you're starting to see, the other side of a snake spirit, is that they were not nurtured in that environment. And so they're seeing through you that you are the environment they needed, that you provide the kind of nurturing, you, Cancer, provide the kind of nurturing that they really, really needed, right? So whether you are a Cancer sun or Cancer moon, and that's what they envy. So they almost feel like they want to be, whether they're a man or woman. And I don't want somebody to get this mixed up with somebody is sexually attracted to you, because we're talking about a variety here, right? But somebody could be attracted to your nurturing energy and not be sexually attracted to you, okay? They could be attracted to just how attentive you are, right? But it still could, they could still cross a line, if that makes any sense, right? Which still, you still got to protect your water. So check your request list again. Check your request list again. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. And so, yeah, this is where you enforce boundaries. This is where you enforce boundaries, yeah. So they may not be clear. They may not be clear that sacral chakra is all about variety, right? That's how some people can become sexually attracted to, let's say they go to a concert and they, there's quite a few artists that I would never be sexually attracted to, but I love their voice. Like I could say, oh my God, they're one of my favorite voices. Luther would be one. Like Luther Vandross would be one of them. Like the hands down, I don't think anybody sounds like him. Nobody. Like nobody alive today sounds like him, right? So go argue with whoever you want to argue about with that one. But nobody sounds like him. But hands down, he was one of my favorite artists. Just you name it. The stage presence, the control, everything. And so it's absolutely possible for somebody to really fall in love with a voice, but where people they cross over a line where they'll fall in love with the person. You get what I'm saying, Cancer? That's how, people can get signals crossed. So you are the one that's saying, okay, you're gatekeeping your own water. You're saying, okay, so your person that you're with could be like this person, they really like you. They could be saying it in a vague sense. They may not know how to break it down like I'm breaking it down right now. They could say, oh, they really like the way you play the flute, right? Like let's say you play the flute. They may love the way you cook, right? But a signal could get crossed. So next thing you know, they showing up at the house when your significant other isn't there. You're like, well, wait, whoa. You overstepping boundaries now. What you doing? Right? So I'm seeing prosperity here. Whoa. Yeah, so I'm seeing prosperity here. So cars flying all over the place, chat. Yeah, so we only have a few more minutes before this camera cuts off because I can see that red light. But no, so that's going to add some clarity to it. That's going to be more meticulous when you're trying to explain sacral chakra, that it's not always a sexual attraction. It can be an attraction to a variety of things, right? But the key is that to not make sure that people don't overstep boundaries, to enforce boundaries, right? To just enforce boundaries here. But somebody apologizes for hurting you too. They apologize for hurting you. Whoever they are, could be you and someone else. But I see prosperity that lies ahead. Again, congratulations to you and someone else, or just you by yourself. Because I see if you're by yourself and you desire to get married, you're right in a place where Source has you exactly where you're supposed to be to you feel complete, to find your person or to attract your person. That's what I meant to say, to attract your person. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.